Hello one and all, Aquarians, how you doing? Welcome to your weekly reading here on the Astroflower, going from the 11th through to the 17th of September. Yes, I've done your aura and chakra readings. I don't know if you've managed to see that. And I've also restarted doing the energy updates on my sister channel, Cymatic TV. You'll find that there's links in the description below. I hope you have a lovely reading. Overall energy, Five of Swords, sorry. Yeah. Avoiding confrontations that are around you that are not worth winning. It's healing for many of that as well, and it's the aftermath. It's almost as like you've realised it, and those petty little things, annoying little things around you, if you bite on them, that's what's going to slow you down in life, and that's not what you want. And that's why the overall energy here is sort of saying, really sort of like saying, just let go. Don't get involved in sort of like petty situations that are just not helping you or the situation. You got the Five of Pentacles. You can see what that is. Five of Wands here. The best thing about the Five of Wands here is this person here, right? This is you. This is what you should be doing. You should be extracting yourself from the Four of Wands, which is a collapsed dimension that you're leaving, that you've moved on from. And I saw this in your weekly reading last week. You really have moved on. And some people are not going to enjoy the fact that you've moved on. They're not going to want you to change. And I don't think that's a good idea. I think it's good for you to sort of really, really extract yourself from any conflict and be the best example of yourself, and just be very detached at the moment, I think, more than anything else. Don't have to bite back, don't have to, put in any blocks or anything like that. You just need to be you, basically. I think this is coming out of realising, I think you're realising a few things that may be around you that just like are a little bit, they're a bit, it's like having a bit of sand in the mechanics, in the workings, in the gearbox. That's what it feels like, and I wouldn't allow it to sort of grate you more than anything else, because it's not worth winning. Apparently, it's not worth winning, and you've got bigger fish to fry here, I think, on your financial side. We'll see that in a minute, but I think that's more the case. This is where you're coming from. Absolutely beautiful. Everyone seems to be getting the Ace of Cups, either here on this side here, as you can see, just there, or upper there, basically. But it's over here. So this is where you'll come from, and I think you've given your offering to the rest of the world. I think you're giving that cup to the rest of the world. So you kind of think, I'm giving the world, my best side of me, and I'm getting nothing but sand back. And that's why I wouldn't bite on it, because it's not worth it. And where are you moving towards? The reason, this is what I said about earlier on, if you allow these little complications to occupy your life, I want to be doing that in a minute. As soon as I've done my readings, I think I'm going to go for a bit of a swim myself. If you get involved in these petty little conflicts, then you're not going to advance yourself. You're not going to be the strength. You're not going to have all those abundance. And you want to play to your strengths now, sociably, within your relationships and everything like that. And so I would just concentrate on those strengths and be very matter of fact about it. You're not purposely doing it to harm anybody else. If someone else gets harmed because of it and feels aggrieved because of it, that's surely, it's not an Aquarius problem. That's what I'm saying here. And I think you're helping the person because you're not playing into that sort of like, that scenario that's destructive more than anything else. And what's the overall outcome of this? I think you will be the strength. You will have that courage. You would have quelled all your fears and disappointments in life. Yeah? And I think it's going to make you a lot stronger. It's going to make you feel a lot more secure about life, actually, because you haven't got involved in those things. That's what I'm saying, is like those petty little arguments are just going to hold you back, really, more than anything else. So I wouldn't bother. I wouldn't bother. This dog is so loving this water, man, obviously. It's 34, 5, maybe 6 degrees over here. Absolutely mad. So, lovely. You know, it's real summer weather in September. It's beautiful. Let's see what's going on your financial side. This is on your karmic path. So this is the Ace of Wands. This is like out with the old and in with the new. Yeah. And I think going out with the old in with the new is, I think this is already here, and it's now you've got to apply it. And this is why you don't want to get involved in those petty little arguments, those petty little things, because it's going to stop you from grasping with passion the opportunities that are coming your way, and it will only slow you down. So do not get involved in it. Okay, let's just see how the universe is influencing this here with the Six of Pentacles. This has also come out with a lot of people in this position here. Making sure you're in a good place, and when you're in a good place, then you can provide for others in a good way. If you're not in a good way, you're only going to provide not good things for others. It's not complicated. It's all part of the sort of like law of attraction. And I go into this on a video. I'm going to be going into this on a video on Cymatic TV, the sister channel, which is all about energy, manifestation, and law of attraction. And I think this is the case here. You've got to be absolutely making sure you're in a really good place. And here you've got the Hierophant here, and this is where you've come from. This is from a learned position. This is a master in a way of what they do. And they're also in a position where, oh, that dog just wriggled all over me, got me completely soaked. I said I wanted to go in. The dog obviously understood it, and he freshed me up like no tomorrow. Lovely, lovely. So, yeah, you've learned this. You know this. You've got it under your control, and you know what you need to do in order to orchestrate your success, basically. And it's a question of going ahead and being passionately involved in it. This is what your future self is talking about. It could be a case where I think you don't want to grow too quickly. I think this is where, actually, do you know what? Sometimes we can do things and it can create worries for the future because we don't want to go back to doing that, to having those problems that we had before. And I think this is where you're coming out of the cold and into a new world. Is actually a real blessing of what the difficulties you may have been through over the past few months in regards to your job and your businesses. I think you're working out of that. We'll see that in the clarification with the Light Seers card. But what I'm getting almost like the opposite of what it normally says. I don't think it's financial loss. I don't think it's that. I think it's more of a case that is come to an end. That's what you're working towards. And this is what that new beginning's all about. Yeah, you are heading off into a very curious part of life. This is a very Aquarian card. It's you're an air sign, but there's a lot of water in there as well at your base. And this is that curiosity side where, because the light has been, because that eclipse is happening, you can sense the air with a greater anticipation. And I think you're heading off in a new journey, which is opening up a lot of doors for you and helping you to understand a lot. And I think you're really enjoying that, actually. I think it's really good for you. And it could come from a situation that you know you have to deal with or you've dealt with. I think you've dealt with it in the past more than anything else. Let's see what the Light Seers cards say anyway. Thank you very much for being here. I hope you do get the best out of these readings. Really do. I do appreciate all your support that you give to this channel. Go and have a look at Cymatic TV, see if you like the energy updates as well. Let's get on with your reading. Let's see what's going on with this. Yeah, I think this is it. Don't get caught up in the those conflicts. Now is the time to get on and do work. Now is the time to plant those seeds, I think, for you, more than anything else. And as you plant these seeds, this is where it's going to get you. The dog has got these cards so wet. You know, it's gonna provide a lot for you going forward. So yeah, now is the time to get on and do, basically, I think, more than anything else, and just leave any backbiters where they should be, in the back, behind you. You know. So let's see what's going on with the Five of Wands. You get the Seven of Swords, playing smart. This is where you do the extraction of yourself on here, which I showed you earlier on, that person there. When you do the extraction of yourself, that's when you're going to start playing smart, and that's when you're going to avoid that Five of Wands, Five of Swords scenario as well. You know, those complications that doesn't really serve anything. And playing smart as well is realizing what you've been disappointed in, so you don't go back to that. And I think the universe is trying to encourage you that, and encourage you to understand that, of not carrying too much, not trying to carry the rest of the world, basically. You can only be responsible for yourself at the end of the day, even if you've got kids. I know this sounds a bit weird, but, you know, I love my kids, you know, and yeah, I do anything for them, but at the same time, I can't live their life for them. And that's where they've got to take on their own responsibility. And I think this comes out of this this disappointment in the situation, sort of saying, no matter how much I give, you know, I end up disappointed in the situation. So I'm not going to give so much, so you will not be so disappointed in the situation. Yeah, disappointed in the situation. You've given that one cup there. That's what we're, you know, we've got the Ace of Cups here, and that's what you've been given it. And I would just be wary of looking for justice, looking for compensation within relationships and stuff like that, because you're not going to get it. So I would just look to the future and head towards your strengths, basically, more than anything else. With the Ten of Pentacles, you get the Six of Swords, a rite of passage. Yeah, you're clearing your wheels here. There is no doubt about it. Within your relationship side, you're putting things on the table and sort of getting yourself to a clear situation where you're not gonna waste your time anymore in the future, I think. You know, and you get the Six of Cups as well, something from the past as well. I think this is all ties into the past. I think this is going to build, the past is going to bring you strength. That Five of Cups to the Six of Cups here now. We've got the Four of Cups, we've got the Five of Cups, and now we've got the Six of Cups. You know, I think this is where you're gradually building up to yourself, where you're going to feel really empowered about your life, basically. Let's just see what's going on your financial side. He's just crossed over the river, that dog, and obviously into someone's garden, and the other dog that's protecting his garden is obviously not very happy. You know, it is what it is. Let's see what goes on in your relationship, on your financial sort of side. Opening up that pathway with the Page of Wands, Page of Swords. That you got that Ace of Wands, out with the old and in with the new. And this is, I think, it's, as I said, it's already been decided in you. And here is a case where you're opening that pathway, and it's coming out of lots of ideas, actually, a lot of potential, and you want those potentials to come to the future now, and come to a situation where it's really, you know, things are being activated. I think this is what you're wanting, is to activate your ideas into reality. And yes, it is coming in quickly. Once you start, and this is the funny thing with this card here, hang on a second, I'll get it all sorted out in a minute. With this here, because this is what we're clarifying, is the Six of Pentacles. Once you come out with that sort of side of things, you're going to realise that things are going to move a lot quicker. Once you start providing for yourself, I think you're going to realise that actually success is much easier to obtain, or benefits are much easier to obtain within your projects, within your business or your career path, or whatever you're trying to do. What's coming out of this learning? It's a whole new world for you. You've got everything at the fingertips. This is a Capricorn card, but you do have a lot of Capricorn that flows through your energy. It flows right through the centre of you there, Capricorn. And it's combining all the things that you need in order to get what you want out of life. And it's going through a portal from one thing to another, but it's also the world provides us with everything that we need. So then therefore you now know how to use that. Use everything that you've got around you in order for you to get success and achieve the best. Okay, so don't focus on your weaknesses. That's what the Five of Pentacles is all about. Your future self here is not to focus on your weaknesses. Let's see what it comes out with this. It's focus on the winning future, being very clear about where you're going. And look at what's at the bottom of the pack, the Five of Pentacles. I just had a funny feeling about that. Don't shine on your weaknesses. Be that bold person that's mentally really on fire, on the ball, really in, you know, in your rhythm, in your power, being that bright ideas of what's coming through from the Ace of Wands. Allow that passion to come through, and it's going to provide you with enormous amount of success. So your strength is being that determined or person that is got a lot of solutions within you. That's what I'm getting. You end up sort of like sorting out a lot of different things. So because for me, the Ace of Swords, it's like winning on every aspect, on every angle of life, and not every angle. It doesn't necessarily mean one thing. It's on every sort of angle that you're winning. And what comes out of it, this is where you're walking towards. So this is where you're going off, you're being curious about yourself. And as you're being curious about yourself, this is what's going to come out of it, really. It's going to be you being called to your judgment, to your ultimate goal, to the ultimate pathway, to your righteous path, to what you should be doing on this planet, basically. It's really, really lovely, really lovely. A very powerful week for you, I think, more than anything else. Within you, a very good, powerful week. Really beautiful to see, Aquarius. I've seen it growing within you, and it's good to see it coming to the surface. So there you go. Thank you very much for being here. Really do appreciate your support for this channel. I hope you get the best out of these readings, and also join me on Somatic TV with the energy updates. I'll see you soon. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.